Hello friends, today here on the John Laspina Chef Show, I'm only kidding, I'm John Laspina. We're going to poach 2 eggs. There are many ways to make an egg, to do something with an egg. And my favorite, my personal favorite, is to poach them. And I learned how to do this the old professional way, the way Julia Child does it, the way the master chefs do it. First thing you're going to do is you're going to boil some water. Once the water starts coming to a boil, you're going to put in some vinegar. You don't have to do this, but the vinegar helps the egg as it's starting to poach in the water to stay together. So I don't measure anything. I'm just going to put about that much. That's all. You don't taste the vinegar because you basically are rinsing it off when you're done. You can put salt in the water to speed up the boiling process if you like. Once the water is starting to boil, not a full rolling boil, but it's starting to simmer and you see the little bubbles coming up, that's when we're going to crack the 2 eggs and put our eggs in there and use our slotted spoon. And I'm going to show you how to make poached eggs. All right, my water is coming to a boil. It's not there, but I'm starting to see the little bubbles in the bottom. Now, step 1 is you want to make sure your eggs are room temperature. If they're not room temperature yet, you can just drop them in the hot water for 3 seconds and pull them out with a slotted spoon to pull up the temperature so they're room temperature. Let me turn on my light here, see if it makes any difference. There we go. Okay, so I don't want it to be a full rolling boil, so I'm going to turn my temperature down a little bit. And here we go. I'm going to crack my first egg. I'm going to gently place it in the hot water like that. And I'll do my second egg. Gently crack it into the water like that. And then I start to take my slotted spoon and I cradle it and spin it. Let me turn my temperature back up. Sometimes the white part will separate a little bit like this. That's okay, but you want to cradle it with the slotted spoon, spin it a little bit, and it will become uniform. And you do this for about 4 minutes or so. Again, I don't tend to time things. I don't tend to measure a lot of things. The way I learn how to cook is I go by touch and feel and see and taste and smell. So this needs to boil a little bit, get more to a boiling point than it is now. And basically, once it starts to simmer better, I'm going to cradle it and spin it and cradle it and spin it. And then what I do is I take my finger and I feel it. And if it's mushy, it's not ready yet. If it's a little firm, I pull it out and I'm going to put it into cold water so that it stops the cooking right away. All right, let's see if I can get these things cradled. See what it looks like? Cradle and spin it. Cradle and spin it. There we go. All right, so let's pull one up and do the touch test. I pull one up, I touch it, it's too mushy. That means it's too wet on the inside. It's not poached yet. Notice my shirt, beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. I eat 4 eggs every day in my first meal of the day. Then I will sometimes poach 2 eggs and I will break the poached egg over my meat for dinner that night. So I'm actually having 6 eggs every day. Usually I do that. And I know eggs are expensive and you want to buy pastured, pasture-raised, and organic eggs. Organic means the farmers fed the hens feed that did not use genetically modified grains or fertilizers or glyphosate. Pastured means that the hens were able to roam around the pasture and eat the bugs and the naturally occurring things on the ground, which makes the egg and the chicken have a better protein and fat. Let's pull it up and test it again. It's getting firmer. It's also boiling. I had to lower it a little bit. I don't want it to be a full rolling boil. And let's see where we are here. Let's pull one out again and test it a little bit longer. In today's cooking, people want things fast. People want to microwave things and they want it out of a package and everything. And I understand that we're all in a rush and we're all in a hurry, but we're sacrificing a taste and we're sacrificing quality when we don't do things the old-fashioned way. All right, let me pull one up and do the finger test again. I think it's ready, so turn off my heat. All right, I'm gonna pull my cold water. This had ice cubes in it, the ice cubes melted, and I'm gonna use my slatted spoon and pull up my first poached egg. Remember, it has some vinegar in it, so you want to drain the water and then you put it into the cold water. It will stop the cooking. It stops the cooking right away. Get my next poached egg. There he is. Okay, put him in there. All right, so there's my poached eggs. Look at that beautiful poached egg. Perfect consistency. This also rinses off any vinegar, and it stops the cooking so it doesn't become a hard-boiled egg. Let that sit in there for a minute. Let's eat our poached egg. I'm gonna pull this first one out, drain the water, and put it in my cup. Take the second one out. I told you what I do with this is I break these over my ground beef, or I break these over my ribeye steak. Absolutely just delicious. So here we go. Sometimes I'll just take the poached egg like this and I'll just eat the whole thing and let it break in my mouth. It's absolutely delicious. Let's do that in front of the camera. How about that? Here we go. Oh my gosh. Let's get that in the camera there. That, my friends, that's a poached egg. See it? See it? It's like a cheese sauce. That's the consistency. Look at it all over my beard. That you want to get when you poach it. A little too much, it's a hard-boiled egg. A little too less, it's kind of like a runny egg. You want it to be the consistency of cheese sauce. You can salt it, you can do so much with a poached egg. My favorite is to just break it over food and like a sauce. I'm going to eat this the same way. Here we go. God. Would you look at that? Look how perfect that is. Look at that. Let me finish it for you. So, thank you for joining me and learning how to poach an egg, one of the many ways to make the greatest food on the planet Earth, the superfood, the egg. I hope you'll join me in the next video. Take care. Eat well so that you can look and feel well.